Okay, everyone, now I will show you all the process of the master botanical factory. Okay, the first thing, this is the crumb that we get from our farmer that we will be processed in our factory. Okay, this is clean from the fan or the bone, so this is very high quality. And this is our grinding machine. All the machinery is food grade standard for the process, all the thing. And the most important is in our process we doing some hazard system. That system is we control all the critical point to control all the hazard in the each process. For example, from the grinding process, the important thing is here. We using magnetic root. This is magnetic root that we will pull up the metal from the crumb and from the process. So we can pull the hazard, physical hazard with this thing. Look at this. This is magnetic root. So he will pull up the iron from the process. Okay. Okay. The second thing that in this grinding machine we use sieving machine. This is separated between big particle and smooth powder. This is, for example, we can separate it this dust with this sieving machine. They can produce it very smooth powder. This is UV lamp. This is will be turned on before we processing the production, so they will clean the room. And after we grinding, we have over here is drying. This is the drying machine. So we also control it, the water content, because when the water content is very high, there will be something microbiology will grow. Mold and yeast and other microbiology will grow in the powder. So we control the moisture with this machinery. So our powder is very low of the water content or moisture content. This is the process for the control of the water content. And the next step is this is the blending machine. We can blend over here 500 kg every process. So our bed is 500 kg. We will put the sample and we will test every bed 500 kg. For example, for this bed is 25 kg. There is a 20 bed for one bed sample, and we will put sample and we will test it. This is room for packaging. All this room we also have UV lamp over there that we will turn on before we working in this room. And this is the window to put the sample that we put and go inside to the laboratory for testing whole thing for the kratom. I will show you the laboratory. This is a quarantine room. So before the lab result is coming out, the good will be over here to quarantine before the result come out. I will show you what is we do in the laboratory. Okay. This thing is atomic absorption spectrophotometer. With this thing we can test it for heavy metal. Now we able test for lead, Pb, mercury or Hg, cadmium, Cd, and arsenic with this tool. So we can now test for heavy metal. And this thing is moisture analyzer. We use car fisher over here, so we can test for the moisture content. here we have HPLC. This is UPLC. This is higher class than regular HPLC. This can test for nitrogen content and 7-hydroxy very fast with UHPLC. And over here we have a microbiology tool. This is our work for microbiology. This is laminar flow cabinet, and this is for incubation for the microbiology. This is our media for microbiology. So from our lab we can test for nitrogen content, 7-hydroxy, we can test it for heavy metal, we can test it for microbiology, it's E. coli, salmonella, Trochlight, and mold and yeast. And we can test for the moisture content. Okay, this is the quarantine room before we send the kratom. And you can see here, this is, we also care about the COVID-19 pandemic, so we will set up about 4,000 packets to our people around us that get impact from the COVID-19. We will give all this to the people that need help from the COVID-19 pandemic. And the last thing, after we have passed from the QC lab, we will store it here, ready for loading. For example, this is the warehouse, and we are now in process for loading. You can see here, this is to help you to spread it about the strain. We have 3 strains, red, white, and green. For example, when you have white line here, it means strain white. And I can show you, this is the batch number that we have. This is the batch number, and this batch number we have 500 kg. Because this is 25 box, we have 20 box with this batch number, and we have the COA from the lab. Okay. Now we are loading for 2 containers that we will send. Now we are loading over there. About 2 containers we will send to United States. Okay, this is we do in the master botanical factory. Okay.